Hollywood, where life is often larger than life. Movie magic everywhere, and nothing what it seems.
This is going to be Soho / Chinatown.
That's Elise Sobel, famous director, actually a wedding and party planner to the stars.
I think we're going to have to flip it.
Rather than a movie, she's producing a colossal double wedding for these children of a distinguished Hollywood family. You'll see it all tonight on Weddings of a Lifetime. It's a blowout Hollywood party with a special added attraction, a double wedding. 2 brides, 2 grooms,
I don't have a groom.
1 ceremony with its own home movie, produced and performed by the couples. A brother and sister each marry the loves of their lives, a tangle of logistics and complications.
I think it looks ugly.
She doesn't like it, so we have to change it all again.
The father and mother of the bride are also the father and mother of the groom.
I said, well, I'm getting married with my sister. Is that legal?
On the day every bride is a star, can 2 share a billing? Enjoy a fun and fantastic double feature. From Hollywood, welcome to the very best party that money can buy, tonight on Weddings of a Lifetime. With your hosts from Daytime Drama, John and Eva LaRue Callahan.
Speaking of the silver screen, we're in a movie editing room.
Taking a look behind the scenes at a real-life but larger-than-life LA wedding.
Our documentary cameras followed famed Hollywood event planner Elise Sobel as she put together a party, rumor has it, cost nearly $1 million.
Wow. You'll laugh, you'll cry, just like a good movie.
Or a wedding.
So, like a movie, we're going to take a look at our cast of characters. Always wanted to be a director. Starring as one groom, Jason Blumenthal, a rising young movie executive. He's engaged to producer
Chrissy Richards and her bridal co-star
Dana Blumenthal, an internet toy marketer. She's Jason's kid sister.
her fiance, her brother's buddy, internet whiz David Weinrot.
Our cast, a producer, her boss, his sister, and his friend. What a concept.
Double wedding came about, actually, I think because of me.
What do you mean, not your idea?
It was my idea,
I think it was.
and
We established
this is
that
how it all
yesterday.
happened. David and I, Jason and Chrissy had already been engaged for a few months, and David and I had talked about getting engaged and knew it was going to be happening in the near term, but we had 2 decisions to make. It was either going to be a really long engagement, or we'd have to wait for a while to get engaged.
They didn't want to rain on our parade.
Actually, at first, I didn't think that it would really fly with Jason and Chrissy.
Everyone, started telling me, you know what, think about it, really think about it. If you really want, Dana, so to speak, stealing your day, how do you feel about sharing it?
The 4 of us, Jason, Chrissy, David, and I, really are a foursome. We do a lot together, and we really actually get along very well.
And the more I thought about it, the more I actually wanted her to share that day with me. It's fun. It's fun to say, where are you getting your gown? When are you going for your fitting? What about your flowers? It's fun to be able to share that with somebody.
We're going to end the ceremony with the Sister Sledge song. We are family. And for as many reasons as it's the cheesiest way to end it, it's also the most perfect way to end the ceremony, because it's a song that means a lot to me. I actually have a very, very strong family.
But what about the mother of the bride and groom?
It never bothered me at all that they were not going to have a traditional wedding.
The bride remembers it differently.
I do remember specifically when I told my mom the first time, she was like, are you crazy? She just thought I was just nuts.
Mom?
I just thought whatever they want is going to be fine with me.
Both brides?
She was like, no, no. She thought I was nuts.
Upon further reflection,
And I thought, well, it was actually my husband who thought it was a better idea before I did. I just thought I wasn't sure it was going to work.
It became a very big production.
But unlike a movie, there's no retakes in a real-life wedding.
nope, you only have one chance to get it right. So with only 3 days of pre-production on the movie lot, party planner to the stars Elise Sobel had to move her troops with military precision.
Obviously, this is New York Street. This is the double wedding, is what we're calling this.
New York, because the party would be as big a hit as the Big Apple itself.
As you can see, we've got a big space that we're working with. This is going to be probably the most unusual wedding that you've ever worked on, but it should be fun.
The size of this wedding is just astonishing.
What's going to happen over here, this is Spanish Harlem, and this is going to be a riot. We have a pink Cadillac that's driven up onto the sidewalk.
They brought in 600 real trees for the party.
This is going to be Soho/Chinatown, and we have double dim sum buffets.
As soon as you guys have done this, we're going to put the fencing up over there.
I would tell you that we probably have 5,000 glasses. The number of tables is probably, I don't know, 400.
This is going to be the bakery, and in the bakery itself, that's where dessert's going to happen.
Linens, specialty baskets coming in from China that are being hand-stained.
And then we have stringer lights going across, a roof of stringer lights. So it's sort of going to be like Central Park.
I would say, with the guests, 250 waiters, the 75 different vendors and all of their crews, it's literally a cast of thousands.
So there's going to be a lot of movement. This is not going to be a stagnant party. This is where the ceremony is going to happen.
That's Paramount's private screening theater, a perfect choice.
What's going to happen is they are coming in, they have shot a 15 to 20-minute film of themselves. And we're going to go over how we're cueing everybody, and we've done a really good punch list for you guys.
We're going to move the shoeshine man, because, you know, he sings the blues, and I don't want him fighting with the quartet over on the corner.
I agree.
We have signage for the guest restrooms.
Plenty
I know
of those.
all the mints are in.
Dan Holton is Elisa's right-hand man, and her husband.
Kleenex, we got pretty hand towels. This wedding has taken 10 months to plan. We have spent countless hours. I don't think there's been a day that we've walked out of this office before 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. And there's so many details. We have almost weekly meetings over at Paramount Studio, meeting with various department heads and dealing with design, dealing with the audio department, dealing with the theater, dealing with the projectionists, meeting with the video people, meeting with the designer and the florist, looking at the facades, going over to the sign shop, having a waiters meeting, having a captain and managers meeting. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Let's look up the bridal checklist. Do you have the one for Dana set up?
Yeah. Elisa's the best in the city
at
what she does.
Bring contact solution.
She enjoys that kind of roll up your sleeves, intimate, deeply intimate time that you spend with a bride and a groom.
She's party planner to a galaxy of stars, such as TV and film actor Blair Underwood.
Blair's wedding was very unusual. Blair and Desiree wanted all of his groomsmen to ride in on horseback. I mean, I had nightmares about this.
Celebrities Connie Selica and John Tesh, and Academy Award winner Marlee Matlin.
And Marlee was a really wonderful person to work with. I've never met anybody with a better sense of humor.
I myself love the color lavender. So I wanted a lavender theme, something with lots of flowers. And because it was going to be in the evening, we wanted the lighting to be beautiful, simple, and festive at the same time. So Miss Elise knew exactly what to do. And she made my dreams come true in planning this whole wedding. All I had to tell her was one sentence, and poof, she made it happen.
We had signers signing the ceremony, which was so beautiful to see it in motion with the hands moving while they were standing up at the huppah. It was just magical. I was crying the entire time. A celebrity wedding and a regular person's wedding are really the same thing. These are girls and guys that are in love that are getting married, and you have to treat them the same way. They're real people, they have real emotions, and they have a vision for what kind of wedding they want to see for themselves, too.
It was my mom, Chrissy, and myself, and we were at her office, and she wanted to show us a recent wedding she did. So she went to the corner of the bookshelf, and she lugged out a notebook. It had to be 35 pounds. It was enormous. It was like one of those Flintstones notebooks. She had to carry it over and drop it on the desk.
I take it everywhere. It's my Bible for the wedding. And I brought one out for them that was a little bit smaller than this one, and he said,
I don't want that. I don't want that book to have anything to do with our wedding.
And I said, okay. And now we're getting close to the wedding, and ta-da, we have two.
We need a couple ushers right here. Assisting people to get into this photo op.
Joining Elise for the wedding are the top pros in the party business, like Cheryl Chiquetto, who's running the reception.
Back for pictures during cocktails. I mean,
She does the Academy Awards ball each year.
Back to the pub we go.
That's Doug Johnson, the art director. A real character, he's the hottest event designer in Hollywood.
Yeah.
His attention to detail is exceeded only by Elise's.
But we have 2 pepper trees, 6 magnolia trees, right?
We have 2 magnolia trees and 2 pepper trees.
No, I'm supposed to have 6. Remember we got 6 trees to place around, you said, in pretty pots? We have the giant magnolia columns. We have the magnolia going around the balcony.
On our breakdown, there's only 2 magnolias.
Let's just see who's right.
I went right off of your list.
Then I may have made a mistake. Magnolia trees and lobby, 6.
Where did I get 2?
In the next 48 hours, you're going to really see this place heat up.
I love my green,
I'll tell you
my
what,
green Chinatown building.
you'll get 2 more of these tomorrow. That's going to be...
When we return, learn how our couples fell in love, plus scenes from their zany wedding movie on Weddings of a Lifetime.
Most frequently asked questions regarding the wedding.
The top, obviously, the #1 fact was, are you guys going on your honeymoon together? And the answer is no.
Said I'm getting married and it's a double wedding. And someone said, well, with who? I said, well, I'm getting married with my sister. And I think the question I got was, is that legal? So I think that was my most frequently asked question.
And I've also been asked who walks down the aisle first.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that we get a lot of.
The answer is you'll just have to wait.
Yeah, you'll just have to wait and see.
I can't believe this is only one day. I remember when it said 272 days, and I've been watching it every day since then.
Chrissy's story began over 2 years ago.
Let me show you.
The classic boy meets girl, or girl meets boy.
Jason and I actually met right over here at Sony Pictures.
The first time I saw Chrissy was actually the first day of my new job with the whole new kid in school syndrome.
I do remember the first day that he walked in, but he'll recall it a little bit differently than I.
As I passed her desk to enter my office, I actually just had a split-second turn where I had to turn right but instantly turned left because this is where she was sitting. And I remember the exact moment I had seen her, and it was, you know, I keep saying it, love at first sight.
He walked right past me into his office and, you know, didn't say 2 words to me.
The idea of you not seeing me but me seeing you is what, you know, I mean, for the guys, I guess that's the move.
He used to leave me little notes on my desk, and
our cars, we
and
parked.
on my car, we parked right next to each other, so he
So,
used to leave.
Yeah, but I never
notes.
thought I was going to do all that.
From then, you know, we kind of hit it off and had a little office romance, and kept it secret from the office for about a year.
Chrissy had brought her son Cody to L.A. from Colorado in hopes of starting a new life. That can complicate any love story.
I think the fact that I had a child kind of scared him a little bit, and he wanted to take it a lot slower than I wanted to. And I wrote him a note, and I said, you know, I've got to look out for me and my son, and if you want to be with us, that's great. I would love that. If not, I gotta keep going.
And so the plot thickens. Boy may lose girl.
She actually gave me the opportunity, and it wasn't a fight, and it wasn't going to get ugly, and I wasn't going to get shot, and it wasn't going to turn fatal attraction. It was just going to be one of those things where if we chose not to go forward, she was going to, you know, allow me to walk out and end it, and that wasn't an option for me.
And he said, I want you, and I want Cody in my life forever.
We're going to get married. We're going to stay together, and we're going to live the rest of our lives together.
I was surprised, because I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. I thought it was going to be a totally different conversation, and he surprised me. And from that day forward, he kept his word.
Jason's a cool guy. I'll really enjoy him being my stepdad. He's in. He's stylish. Mom says it's like raising 2 kids.
We're in great shape in terms of the schedule right now. We've got the greens in. We're happy. As you can see, the lights are installed. They look pretty good. The chafers are down. Obviously, the florals aren't in because they're expendable, so they go in at the very last minute. But right now, we're just thinking about for lack of a better word, tchotchkes. Picture frames, small things that are really going to make the difference and make it look detailed.
Where are you going?
Tonight, the family will inspect the set for the first time.
Why am I carrying my keys? I'm like, you know, I'm like Bob Dole. I always have to have something in my hand.
In a few hours, these trees have to look like they've been growing here for years. It's all part of Hollywood magic.
Paramount Pictures has a lot of history. It's a working studio, and people get the feeling of being part of the whole Hollywood thing.
We can do anything because, after all, we're a motion picture studio, and that's our job, is to make fantasy become reality.
Unfortunately, we had a couple snafus today. Not really anyone's fault, but as a result, everyone is set back, and it makes people start biting their nails, and that's when you start seeing the Advil come out. What do you think about this, honey?
The family arrives in just 2 hours for rehearsal.
Well, we can cheat it, but...
Okay, I want to just try my way first. I just want to do it like this because, you know what, they need to be listening to him also.
They call it rehearsal, but for Elise and her crew, it's showtime.
Stop! Stop! You have to go a little right.
You know what? Trim it out so it's just like square, so there's like an edge there.
The family has spent big money.
Now, this is an hour and 10 minutes before the actual rehearsal. This is a joke.
And they'll settle for nothing less than a
Bring
hit.
in the light props. Light props in, please.
This is a lot more than a regular wedding rehearsal. The push for us right now is to make sure that all the really gritty technical language and all the fast business stuff happens now, so that when the clients arrive, it can be really just about the warm and fuzzies.
So what's going to happen at this point, we pull the chuppah apart, the credits will then roll, okay?
The special challenges that a double wedding would present, rather than a single wedding, are some of the obvious. You have 4 opinions rather than 2 to deal with. We had to think and figure out how we were going to get the brides down the aisle. It was important that they had equal billing. You know, we wanted to make sure that they were both as important. How are we going to make that happen?
What I'd like to do is roll through the We Are Family, and please be careful to coming down these stairs. They will be carpeted for you tomorrow.
The Sister Sledge song is really fitting for Dana because David's been family since she was a little girl.
When David and I first met, it was many, many years ago. I was probably near 10. He was, 16. And he was always friends with my brothers.
We went on some family ski trips together and just was hanging out with her brothers and just really sort of remember her running around the condo looking for some attention.
But little girls grow up, and they don't look like kid sisters anymore.
I was just stunned when I saw her because I hadn't seen her for so many years, and I run into her again, and there she is, just a beautiful woman.
I was graduating, and David was at my graduation with my family, and it was the first time he was actually with my family as my boyfriend.
I asked her, well, when your family comes, should I introduce myself as, hi, I'm David? And she said, what kind of moron are you, David?
So as much as he was probably sweating it on the inside, he knew that this was something that we were going to accept and something that we were going to really embrace.
Within a year, David was ready to pop the question.
After Dana and I took a run on San Vicente, and we were stretching, just like this, I turned my hand over and asked her if she would marry me as I pulled her close to my heart.
David had to keep asking me to actually answer the question because it took me such a long while. And after I did, we just sat together and we were just very, very happy.
But David has just been an awesome addition to my sister's life, to my life, to Chrissy's life, and to my family's life. This is fun. I had put up seats after my mom and dad. Look.
You have Hoishi's tunic at that.
Yeah, you know that? You love that, huh?
Oh,
My dad always wanted to open up a deli, so we thought, you know, make his dream a reality and open up Hoishi's Tuna Contestant here on the back lot at Paramount Pictures.
You see Richards on the Rock? Right there. You're the martini bar. Yeah, I can't believe it.
Is that the best?
That is absolutely the best.
Oh, I have to get a picture of this. Look at the laundry in Spanish Harlem they have hanging out.
This is gonna rock. It's gonna rock. It looks awesome. It looks awesome.
Did you notice that David and Jason were involved every step of the way?
And she thought we were just pretty faces.
Nah. As a matter of fact, more and more men are becoming very involved. And we women think that's very cool.
It's about time. And there's a lot
Deb Fritz of Target gives pointers on grooming a wedding.
No longer is the father paying for the total wedding all the time. The groom participates in the cost, as do his family.
I'm sure you have a million questions.
One of the things to consider when you're planning your wedding, and the groom is obviously a part of it, is to take a look at your likes and your dislikes, and also what are your strengths and your weaknesses, and divide it up accordingly. For instance, let's say maybe he loves to cook. Then let him handle the whole menu, the taste testing, figure out what the menu is going to be, what you're going to serve your guests.
Or a groom could make a wedding film, especially if he's a movie producer.
Let's pause. There's Dad. Okay, let's
Like
pause on
Jason.
the money shot right there. In terms of involvement, I kind of kept myself really focused on one particular element of the wedding, and that's the film, the wedding movie, the double, you know, the whole thing which is going to start the double event in motion.
Actually, movies and weddings have always been a perfect match.
Whether black and white or Technicolor, bridal white is always in fashion on the silver screen.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, they make for monster hits. And Hollywood happy endings.
Even a ruined one. Remember this classic scene from The Graduate?
One of my all-time favorites.
I love Father of the Bride, the original. Liz was so beautiful.
I used to think that marriages were simple affairs.
And Spencer Tracy, so lovable.
Boy meets girl, fall in love, they get married.
Think a double wedding is complicated?
Try 7 brides for 7 brothers.
Or 4 weddings and a funeral.
Weddings add up to big box office, like this summer's runaway hits, Runaway Bride, and Mickey Blue Eyes.
Weddings are big on the small screen, too.
There's an old saying in the TV business, if you need a hitch in the ratings, get hitched.
Especially on the soaps, like All My Children. John and I had plenty of rehearsal for our real wedding.
They milked it for 3 days.
I think that was longer than our honeymoon.
Our Hollywood double feature is next on Weddings of a Lifetime.
For the brides, wedding day begins with a visit to Hollywood's top salon and a session with presidential hairstylist Christoph himself.
A little nervous?
A little bit.
You're supposed to be a little bit more tense on this point.
Probably wouldn't be friends right now if we had to do it ourselves without that. We had a mediator, and that was the least.
I hate it. It's just heinous. And these are dead. You know what, Douglas? I think it looks better without the green fabric.
You don't want the green fabric?
Look at it. I think it looks better without it.
What is organza?
No, you proposed organza in them, and that's what we had talked about. I don't like it. I think it looks ugly.
Okay, sorry. This, it's horrible. She doesn't like it, so we have to change it all again. You guys don't want to listen to me.
I want to feel good about this, plus the brides are arriving in 1 hour, and I don't want it looking like to get here.
They're not going to look at it, are they?
They may. I would.
The brides have their own dressing trailer, just like in the movies. Everything's rolling along just fine. It was a tense morning. We got through it. The client's thrilled so far, so now we have to just get through our final cues, and hopefully it's going to go great.
Hi, beautiful. You look exquisite.
In Jewish tradition, the grooms can see the bride before the ceremony. It's also a good time for pictures.
Do you like my dress? Go with my flowers?
Many of Hollywood's elite and its very prettiest people have arrived for the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the double wedding.
The ceremony begins with the screening of the movie.
I can't sleep either.
The ceremony itself will start in how long? 10 minutes?
I don't want a boring and traditional wedding either.
You don't?
No, I'd rather elope than get married in some stale hotel where our friends are walking around in monkey suits.
Uh-oh.
What?
My father called in his veto power. The whole wedding's black tie.
Black tie? Your father hates black tie. He hates getting dressed up in that suit.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning, Jace. This better be good.
We've come up with a couple ideas we want to pitch to you. Now picture this. We do the whole wedding horseback.
Horseback?
Yeah, you're right. Forget the horses. Way too typical. I say we do the whole thing on ostriches. No. Water buffalo. Wait. How about...
Wait a minute. Rewind a second. That's a plastic horse.
Well, I'm kind of allergic to real horses.
Are you allergic to donkeys?
I've got one that's never been done.
This gave not only our guests, but us the opportunity to get married in all these different ways. And so that was the concept of the movie.
A romantic comedy for our friends.
Yeah.
An evening at the movies where you can laugh and cry and do everything at once.
Okay, well, we got all our family and friends.
Well, then what?
Let me turn it over to the tech director. Yo, tech director, you here?
Yeah, Jason, we've got you covered. You guys better get going. Okay, and fade the video to black. Stand by to cue music. Cue music. Fade up the screen wash. Stand by to fly the gobo. Cue the gobo. Up with stage lights. Very nice. And dress the stage. Okay. And cue the hoopa. Very nice. Careful. Okay, and cue the rose petals. Very good. Okay, everyone, have a nice wedding.
Rabbi David Barron will be conducting the service.
Grandmother of the bride, Lorraine Watkins, is escorted by Chrissy's mom, Sandy, and stepmother, Lila.
David and his parents, Irene and Ed.
That's nice. The grooms are escorted by their parents.
Mel's work isn't done yet.
That's Michelle Sly, Chrissy's maid of honor, and Darren Blumenthal, Jason's best man and brother.
Nicole Fogel is Dana's maid of honor, and she's escorted by Daniel Weinrot, David's best man and brother. Flower girl Hannah Niesenson with her parents Allison and Evan.
Chrissy's niece Tara is flower girl. Chrissy's son Cody, the ring bearer, as is her nephew Gavin.
Next, we'll find out how the two brides decided to make their entrance when we return for our Hollywood double feature on Weddings of a Lifetime. And now for the entrance of the brides.
The movie theater has double aisles.
So that's how they decided to do it, because if you've got two brides,
You need 2 aisles.
so they can come down together.
Here come the brides. Chrissy is escorted by her father, Kent Richards.
And there's Mel again, escorting his daughter Dana.
Catherine, the ceremony has officially started. Go ahead and let Cheryl know that we're probably about 20 minutes out before we break, and I will call you when I know.
Beneath this chuppah, this canopy, which is a symbol of the new home you're both creating, we're surrounded here by a lot of love. Praised are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us by the rituals of the canopy and the laws of marriage and betrothal.
What?
I know. Yeah. Now I'm going to call for the rings. And both grooms repeating after me these words of betrothal. With this ring.
With this ring.
Be thou my wife.
Be thou my wife.
In accordance.
In accordance.
With the laws.
With the laws.
Of Moses and Israel.
With Moses and Israel.
Place the ring. And repeat now after me these words of betrothal to your husband. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. And now I'm going to ask them to share their vows with one another.
Wow. Dana, I'm overcome with a sense of awe at how far we've traveled since our first date. You know, I smile every time I picture you walking off that plane. And what's so astonishing, though, is that ours is a path we knew so long ago would one day unite.
Everyone carries with them at least one, and probably many pieces to someone else's puzzle. Sometimes they know it, sometimes they don't.
What I think of, what you've brought me in from, I hear a song that Bob Dylan sings. Trying to imagine a place where it's always safe and warm. Come in, she said. I'll give you shelter from the storm.
Some seem to be born with a nearly completed puzzle, and so it goes. Souls going this way and that, trying to assemble the myriad parts.
How do you know when you're in love? How do you know when it's meant to be? How do you know what you always have been looking for has finally been found? I knew the minute I first saw you.
Jason, you don't know this, but I've searched for you my whole life. Looking for you, needing you, wanting you, loving you. It wasn't until our first kiss that I realized I had finally found you.
How do you know when you found your perfect soulmate? The one special person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with? Today, I know for sure.
I promise to catch you when you fall. I promise to comfort you when you cry. I promise to laugh when you make a joke. I promise that everything I am and everything I have is yours from this moment forward. I have so much love and respect for you. And as you will recall, someone once said to you, it takes quite a man to love a woman with a child. And here you are, lovingly becoming my husband and a stepfather all in one day. You're an amazing soul, and I'm proud to be your soulmate. And I promise to love and cherish you forever.
Do you, Jason, take Chrissy to be your wife, promising to honor and cherish her in good fortune or in adversity, and to seek with her a life hallowed by faithfulness and devotion?
I do.
And do you, Chrissy, take Jason to be your husband, promising to honor and cherish him in good fortune or in adversity, and to seek with him a life hallowed by faithfulness and devotion?
I do.
And I'll now ask, do you, David, take Dana to be your wife, promising to honor and cherish her in good fortune or in adversity, and to seek together with her a life hallowed by faithfulness and devotion?
I do.
And do you, Dana, take David to be your husband, promising to honor and cherish him in good fortune or in adversity, and to seek with him a life hallowed by faithfulness and devotion?
I do.
It's now my great honor and privilege to officially pronounce you husband and wife, and I'll ask for everyone to rise and join me in blessing the bride and groom. May God bless you and keep you. May God grant you health and happiness, love, companionship, and peace. Amen. To conclude our ceremony, the groom shatter a glass, marking the end of one chapter, the beginning of the next, and the beginning of this great party tonight. So if you'll do the honors. Mazel tov.
Suddenly, a glitch.
What's going on?
That's it.
That's not the song.
What song is that?
What the
Through no fault of Elise, the rabbi and cantor decide to lead the guests in a traditional song.
What just happened? Huh?
The cantor started singing.
And she wasn't supposed to.
It was the first I knew about it.
Don't worry about it. We just got married, guys. Can we be happy?
What the hell happened?
Sorry, I know. Sorry about that.
Stop.
Dana, the cantor started singing, and we would have had to go right over her.
No, it's just like...
It's all right. It's all right. Where's Chris? So what are they doing now?
Hold it, right there.
Oh, what a shame. They didn't get a chance to walk out to We Are Family.
Well, let's fix that with a little movie magic.
We can make a Hollywood happy ending.
Take two.
Now I will be nicer because it's over.
Love you. I'm your wife.
Say hi to your mom. Hi, Cody. Did you have a good wedding, Cody?
How was it?
It was fun, wasn't it? Here, I'll take it.
When we return, it's party time on Weddings of a Lifetime. It's party time on Weddings of a Lifetime. From Hollywood's Dream Machine, a night in New York.
Come on.
Whether Little Italy, Soho, Central Park, or Spanish Harlem, over the next 5 hours, 4,934 glasses will be filled with some of the world's finest champagnes, cognacs, and liquors.
They started prepping the food over a week ago.
At over 14 serving stations, the guests will be served 2,145 plates of delicacies from a rainbow of New York cultures and cuisines, from dim sum to deli.
Truly a fantasy party created by Hollywood's dream machine. But for all the expense, it's still very much a family affair.
May our children have a lifetime full of joy, happiness, and pleasure.
My father is here to toast the newlyweds, and I know my mother and Paulette's mother and father are looking down on all of us with a big smile and a lot of pride. Have a joyous evening.
Double happiness, double success, and most of y'all, love. God bless you all.
And then, as if by Hollywood magic, the night fades into an indelible and joyful memory.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. We wrapped up on the party, and you can see it's being broken down behind us.
I think the clients were so thrilled. And the kids said to us, both couples said, I wish we were getting married all over again. I don't want this night to end.
By sunup tomorrow morning, everything you see behind us will be gone. It'll be a gray, dreary street waiting for someone else like us to come in and try to bring it to life.
Yeah.
These are your I do's. This is your audio for I do.
I do.
And Mrs. Mel's close-up take 4 and action.
Horseback. The only jack at this wedding is you and me.
Right. Wait, you threw me because you went right to the... What happened to my reaction shot?
And action.
Water buffaloes. Or how about...
Rewind. We rhymed.
If you would like more information about Weddings of a Lifetime, log on to www.lifetimetv.com. Target's Club Wed Bridal Gift Registry, forever and every day. Honeymoon getaways provided by 1-800-HONEYMOON. For romantic vacations at the best price, call 1-800-HONEYMOON.